The Minnesota Fighting Vikings take on the New York Football Giants at historic U.S. Bank Stadium. No, it's not Sunday at noon, but Sunday late window. And the Giants have revenge on their mind for the Christmas Eve loss at the hands of the Vikings. Greg Joseph hitting that 61-yarder, right? But, I mean, the Giants are going to come in super motivated, and it's going to be a tough-ass game no matter how you cut it. But we're hoping to avoid the media kiss of death, especially from Stephen A. Smith. It's unconstitutional. It's unfathomable. It's blah, 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 blah. I hate it, man. So the pride of First Take, Stephen A. talk about how the Vikings have no excuses to lose to the Giants. Fantastic. So this is what he said. When you look at certain teams, I'm talking about what the expectation should be. Now, I believe that the Giants can beat them. Sure. Do I think that Kirk Cousins could wet the bed? Absolutely. I don't know why he's had such a hard-on against Kirk Cousins, even though Kirk has played the best, most clutch football of his career. Whatever. Absolutely. Do I believe the defense could fold like a cheap tent? We've seen Minnesota do it. I get all that. Sort of agree there. But there is no excuse for the Minnesota Vikings to lose this game. Not to have 13 wins on the season, not to be the NFC North champions, not to have cats like Jefferson and Dalvin and Thielen and those brothers. Yeah, brothers like Adam Thielen. And you're going to go out and lose to a depleted Giants squad. That it's a shock to everyone that they're even in this position. So it goes on a diatribe of how the Giants should have lost to Washington, but two blown calls, the pass interference and Scary Terry lining up, that whole thing. But I don't necessarily believe that. Also, depleted? I mean, this is probably the healthiest that the Giants have been, especially in the trenches. And also, they're able to sit the majority of their starters week 18 against the Eagles. And they've been focused on the Vikings, who had a 95% chance of securing the 3 seed. So, I don't know. I think Stephen A. is certainly selling the Giants short in this spot, and I don't like it at all. I prefer when the national media jabroni haircuts are just hammering the Vikings of Giants should win this game by double digits. But now he finished. The Minnesota Vikings, this is a game they're supposed to win. They're supposed to lose to Dallas, Philly, San Fran, blah, 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 blah. That's more like it. Make it hurt. They ain't supposed to lose to any damn New York Giants. So trying to avoid bulletin board material, right? And for the Giants, I love and respect Brian Daboll. I think that he's done a hell of a job this season as coach of the Giants in his first year. This is a battle of first-year head coaches. But, I mean, this is just more us against the world motivation that the Vikings would prefer that the Giants didn't have. And Stephen A. just served it up on a platter. Because like we said, Giants are going to come in pissed off. Because they feel like they should have won this game. And it was a very near-run thing. And hell, he said about the defense folding like a cheap tent. Daniel Jones marching down the damn field, 75 yards and a 2-point conversion. Greg Joseph mercifully hitting that kick from frickin' Rochester. Rochester Lapidary Jewelers. If you want to look good, that's the way he did. All right, so I'm frustrated, man. I'm frustrated where the Vikings always seem to do better when it's us against the world, but now Stephen A. is just like, oh, it's a complete Kobayashi Maru. It's like, oh, there's no excuse to beat the Giants. So now, if they beat the Giants, it's just like, oh, that's what you're supposed to do. If they lose the Giants, it's like, oh, you lost to the Giants. There was no excuse. It's just so stupid. Just so stupid, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Stephen A. Smith, First Take. Vikings have no excuse to lose the Giants. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.